part 3 we'll be kind of putting it all together in the room, and so you guys could kind of see that. Oops. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing part 2 on how to make a twin bed, the headboard. In part 1, and I'll post a link here and down in the description, we made the frame which the mattress will sit on and kind of the whole support structure for the bed. So go take a look at that one if you haven't seen it. Kind of goes over that. So today we're going to be making the headboard, and then in part 3 we'll probably assemble it, put it all together, and put it in the room so that way you guys can see it. So for the headboard, I kind of got a plan in my head, and we'll go over that. Should be pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I think if I were to do it on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being easy and 5 being difficult, I'm going to give this one a 3.5. And I'll show you why later on. We're going to do a little trickery and cutting some pieces of wood. Just kind of give it a little design. So we'll go over that. So now let's go over our tool list. Alright, so tool and part-wise was kind of pretty much the basic stuff that we used in the first video. Everything you see behind me. Wood-wise, you'll need two 8-foot-long 2x4s. These are the kiln dried as well. I've already cut and put those, sanded those down, cleaned them up, and I'll go over the sizes later on. We also will be using a 1/4-inch piece of MDF, and I'll show you that later on as well. I think that is it. If I come across anything, I'll let you guys know, but I think we should be squared away, and yeah, let's get started. Alright, so I'm over here at the bed frame, and just kind of give you guys my thinking in the layout of the bed. Here, this is where the headboard is going to sit. It's going to sit flush bottom with the bottom of the bed here. So height-wise, for laying out, you just got to consider how far the frame is sitting on the bed, and then how high you want the bed frame to go. Since mine's going to be sitting underneath the window, the bottom of the window frame is about 30 inches. So my foot's about 4 5/8. So I kind of got to do some math here to figure out how big I want my headboard. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll go back over on the workbench, and I'll show you the layout of the headboard and kind of piecing it all together. Alright, so after doing some math and kind of figuring everything out, how high the bed sits and how high I want my headboard and everything in my case, it's going to sit underneath the windowsill. So my vertical pieces are 23 9/16, and then my cross member piece going across here is 37 1/8. And then this will give me plenty of space to screw the headboard to the frame, because the top of this is going to sit flush with the top of the bed, so that'll be nice, give me a lot of support, and so I can put a bunch of screws through here. So right now I'm going to go ahead and put 2 screws in here, just to kind of hold this in the back. When I put the back on later on, that'll give it a lot more support. But just for now, I'm going to put a screw on the top and the bottom, my 3-inch screw. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and bring you back. Alright, so we got our side and our bottom pieces all screwed together. So now we're going to go ahead and screw on our top piece, just another piece of 2x4. It's going to be flush here in the back. And we got a 4-inch overhang on either side. So we're going to go ahead and drive 2 screws down into the leg. And as you're screwing this together, you try to want to make sure that it's square. And you'll see why later on when I do my little center surprise, I guess you would say. It's not really a surprise, just a cool little design that I'm going to do. So try to make this as square as possible. The squarer, the better. Oh, there you go, I just invented something. I'm going to go ahead and screw these in, and we'll be back. Alright, so I went ahead and put the back on as well. I made a dado so that the back sits flush and doesn't stick out. It's personal preference, you don't have to do it. I just took the little couple minutes extra and did it on the table saw. Put the back on, screw that on. Let me flip this guy around so you can see. There it is. And so next we'll do work on the center, and I'll show you what I got in store for this. Alright, so here's the center, and I kind of laid out some lines, and what I thought I was going to do was kind of have a bunch of these plywood strips left over from a project, and I was going to kind of do like a zigzag pattern, and cut a bunch of miters on these then after kind of doing it, I kind of did a little test one, and it was just going to take too much time, and I'm going to scratch that idea. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of do like a, I guess a brick effect, and just cut a bunch of pieces and kind of piece it in there, make sure the seams don't line up, and kind of make it look like a brick. And I'll show you later on what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to stain this a fun little color for my daughter. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all these pieces and put them in here, and I'll show you that. I'll show you the finished product when I get back. Alright, there it is, all finished up, and I gotta say, this thing was a pain in the butt. These plywood strips are not perfectly flat, so they kind of got a little bow. And I was using wood glue, and I was having to hold the glue, and I wasn't having that. Luckily, we had some hot glue and hot glue sticks laying around, and that seemed to work. I got so frustrated with it. I was going to shoot some video of me doing it, but I just was getting frustrated and didn't want to get this done. So sorry about that. It's just cutting and putting these in kind of like a big puzzle piece. So it's finished, yay. So that was part 2, making this thing. So part 3 is going to be kind of joining the two pieces together, the base and this headboard. I got to stain and paint this one. I'm going to paint this top and the sides white, and I got a fun little color that I'll wait and show you guys later on for this, for the inside of this. I think I'm going to add a little trim piece around to cover up the gaps, but that will finish this off. So stay tuned for part 3, and until then, I will see you on the next one.